others would leave untold. He works as a union activist, a principal Marxist, and a revolutionary socialist. He collaborates creatively with colleagues and comrades. He vigorously combats open-pit mining. He is a fighter for Lake Superior, its land, water, and people. He works to be a friend who is supportive, caring, and kind. He promises to work on making better puns and not falling asleep at evening parties. He's working on it. He seeks to live passionately and love deeply. He is inspired by the mantra hanging on a friend's wall: your heart is a muscle the size of your fist. Keep loving, keep fighting.
And then the sun came out. I invite you all guests to turn to Song 37 in your songbooks, please.
International! Stand up, all victims of oppression, for the tyrants fear your might. Don't cling so hard to your possessions, for you have nothing if you have no rights. Let racist ignorance be ended, for respect takes the empire's fall. Freedom is here, it will stand in the rest.
share some of her thoughts and reflections on Zee's work in the community.
Zee does things. This is more impressive than it sounds. When Zee decided to learn to juggle, she practiced everywhere. I think the people at the Taco Bell were confused, but she made them happier, even though she kept dropping the balls. She values enthusiasm over dignity. She's only willing to put stuff when necessary, whether it's wearing a sandwich board to protest a repressive dress code, or playing the concertina over her head to protest open pit mining. This is an anti-open pit mining wedding. Because she's willing to go first, to be silly. She makes people more comfortable being silly in public. She's outspoken about queer rights, feminism, and anti-capitalism. Woo! The colorful imagination that inspires her fiction also keeps her open-minded and empathetic. She believes people about who they are, using her imagination to understand their identities. She's in school to be a nurse because she likes taking care of people. And the fact that healthcare workers need a militant union is just a coincidence. She believes that caring passionately should be a joyful experience, with dancing whenever possible.
Our Union Maid. There once was a Union Maid. She never was afraid of goons and geeks and company thieves and the deputy sheriffs who made the raid. She went to the Union Hall when the meeting it was called, and when the company boys came round, she always stood her ground. Oh, you can't scare me. I'm sick of the Union. I'm sick of the Union. I'm sick of the Union.
Of Union Maid that's going to be typically difficult to follow up, so I'm going to do my best. Let me begin by saying that the institution of marriage, it is called many things, and it generates many associations. Sacred, traditional, oppressive, antiquated, blissful, impossible, an institution based on the exchange of love, or an institution built on the exchange of money, property, and person as property. A timeless feature of our social world, or a formation that has evolved through history as something that is largely heteronormative, racialized, classist, and sexist. Marriage is in fact all of these things. And as leftists and as radicals, Zee and Carl recognize these tensions. But they see their decision to enter into marriage as an opportunity to address and challenge these very contradictions, to form, as it were, a more perfect union. Where, as James Kavanaugh writes, to own, or imprison, nor to lose oneself in another. Love is to join and separate, to walk alone and together. It is to finally be able to be who we really are. And this is also what it means to live in community with someone else and with others. To be as equals. From the Latin communitas, or this. Community is a grouping of people who lead a common or shared life according to a rule or principle, be it one to fight for social, environmental, or economic justice, to sing truth to power, or to seek and find, according to poet Adrian Rich, those among whom we can sit down and weep and still be counted as warriors. Carl and Zee choose to enter into the institution of marriage, then, premised on the very definition of community. It is only fitting, then, as members of their community, family, friends, brothers and sisters in struggle, we stand beside them to witness, affirm, and support this choice today and every day of their marriage. I ask you to turn to song number 49 in your songbook.
All right, a song about liberation and revolution, number 49, Bella Ciao. We are people and we are marching. Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao, Ciao. We are marching for liberation. We want a revolution now. We are purposed and we are singing. Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao, Ciao. We are singing for liberation. We want a revolution now. We are parents and we are teaching. Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao, Ciao. We are teaching for liberation. We want a revolution now. We are children and we are dancing. Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao, Ciao. We are dancing for liberation. We want a revolution now. We are sisters and we are brothers. Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao, Ciao. We are family for liberation. We want a revolution now. We are lovers and we are dreaming. Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao, Ciao. We are dreaming for liberation. We want a revolution now. We are people and we're united. Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao, Ciao. We're united for liberation. We want a revolution now. We're united for liberation. We want a
Carl and Zee will now offer their vows to one another and to the community gathered here.
I pledge to support your heart, body, and work. I pledge to communicate thoughtfully and honestly. I pledge to make space for you to talk and to listen to what you say. I pledge to care for your physical well-being. I pledge to perform an equitable share of household and child-rearing responsibilities. I pledge my loyalty to you to advocate for your causes in your presence and in your absence.
Carl, I pledge to support your heart, body, and work. I pledge to communicate thoughtfully and honestly. I pledge to make space for you to talk and to listen to what you say. I pledge to care for your physical well-being. I pledge to perform an equitable share of household and child-rearing responsibilities. I pledge my loyalty to you to advocate for your causes in your presence and in your absence.
We've now come to the portion of today's services where Carl and Zee invite you as members of the community to ask questions about their intention to marry. You guys are silent on this point? Lex.
Are you gonna be awesome when you get old?
Yes!
Alright, cool.
Oh, that was tough. I mean, that was great.
Nobody's grilling us on the patriarchal institution.
I one. And banking, joint or separate?
What's that?
Banking, joint or separate?
Banking? What? Wait.
We've got two questions on the floor. We'll first answer the sister on first. Please.
Banking, joint or separate?
Joint credit union account.
Yeah, joint credit union account. He's way more responsible than me.
Thank you. And to the brother at the left.
Misha. That seems unlikely.
Depends whether we're sailing on a leaky ship.
Karen.
No hyphenation, just lemke all over set.
For both of us.
For both.
To the brother. First to the sister in front, and then to the sister to my right. Lex, go ahead.
Will the name of your firstborn be Solidarity?
That's under discussion.
We'll take it under advisement.
Probably at least the middle name. Readers, but not evangelical readers.
To the gentleman in the front.
I gotta at least be a dissertation.
It is afternoon, so
Unfortunately, the bride does not drink and will not be getting drunk after the ceremony.
to the gentleman at my left. And yes, to the gentleman in the back.
At least daily.
Multiple times, Dave, probably.
Yes, to the gentleman in the back. In the blue. Oh, the lady in the back, sorry, yes.
No. That's my lawyer.
I know.
No. The question was, are we going to quit our law-breaking ways? No.
For at least a little while, as we're both in school, we're probably going to move up to Lake Superior in 2 to 5 year range.
Is that with whip or no whip?
No whip, actually. He's not into that.
Starbucks.
Yeah. I might. All right.
Okay, so seeing no further questions, it's time for the vote. And yes, you actually get a vote. Probably the first ever.
No, we're not using rubber.
Thank you.
No. Also, we are not entertaining any amendments at this time.
Thank God she stepped in there. So I ask you, all members of the community gathered here who recognize, support, and affirm this union, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstentions? Seeing none, this union has been approved by this community. Carl and Zee may now exchange rings. With the exchange of rings and with the unanimous, or nearly so, assent of the community gathered here, I pronounce Carl and Zee married. Before we turn to the last song selection of the day, Inside, I would like to pass along a request from Carl and Zee. They ask that all of you take a moment to sign the marital constitution we have on this table here, rather than a guest book, because you have all been here to affirm their decision to live in marriage together.
Right small.
Yes, so many of you showed up. You need to share lines. So, if you wouldn't mind, please turn to number 8 in your songbooks.
This one's Solidarity Forever, number 8. Oh. When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet the force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one, for the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. They have taken unto trillions and they never toil to earn, but without our brain and muscle not a single will return. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. They say our day is over and they say our time is through. They say you need no union if you're
right past the Constitution, so you sign it, then you come shake our hands.
Right, right.